When Jan Frankie first came out and Caleb drug his GPR system, his ground penetrating radar, across the top of the mesa above the drill site, it showed inside there a massive 400-foot long object that is surrounded by a big field of objects that shouldn't be there. And so we're drilling 2 holes on either side of it to try and get closer to it and then insert scanning devices and see what might be there.
Yeah, one of the main goals is, can we actually get a good, like, more of a 3D image of whatever this is? Because before, we had a lot of data showing something from the top, right?
You're now drilling borehole 2. Let's talk about the scanning actually going on in borehole 1.
It was really exciting because this is a moment that we've been working for more than a year.
And let me give you just a little bit about how excited we were about this. Jan was, like, in Africa or somewhere. And when we got him the message that the borehole was done, he immediately flew here.
Wow.
He came all the way across the world just to try and put his ground-penetrating radar system down through borehole 1.
Pretty cool.
We got Jan's GPR equipment attached to those pipes, but then just got to the point that we were not able to push that pipe any further.
Whoa. Whoa.
Getting tough?
Yeah, right there, I'm starting to hit something right there.
What do you think we're hitting?
I don't know. We can't get past where we're at. There's no getting by it.
What are we at? How many meters are we at right now?
We're at 240 feet.
We're definitely alongside of the anomaly, I think.
I would think so.
I mean, you talk about close. We are just feet away from whatever this object is inside the hill.
That's exciting. And let's talk now about what we started to see.
One of the most tantalizing things that we got out of this very first opportunity to get an instrument into that hole tells us not only about location and size, but also potentially something about the composition.
The ground-penetrating radar is suggesting there's something metal inside the mesa.
And then, obviously, when you look back and see what we pulled out of the mesa a couple of years ago, all the metal flakes.
Metal flakes, UFO parts, as I like to say. Well, this is corroborated by what your drillers were saying to you, too, right? Back from their earliest efforts to drill in the mesa, like, we're hitting something really hard.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're just hitting something really, really hard.
Holy cow, look at that. Look how strong it got. There's something in there.
And the drill cannot punch through it.
We need to figure out what it is.
You know, hearing the word metal from Jan, you know, he's not just going to throw those terms around lightly.
No.
It really lines up with our experience when we think about some of the signals that we've used, like the beacon, the things that we've seen happen coming back out of that mesa face with our RF spectrum analysis equipment. So when we hear metal, all this starts to make a lot of sense.
Meanwhile, drilling borehole number 2, at around 80 feet, something strange happens, this void. Talk about that and how it might fit into lore about caves, things like that. I mean, did you find one of these fabled caves?
It does make you have to wonder that, because at 80 feet, they hit an area that felt like it was a void with the drill bit, and then we started to lose a substantial amount of our bentonite, which is the fluid that they're pumping up through the bit to help keep it cool, and we lost a substantial amount. So how far are we into the mesa?
Should be about 85 feet.
So at 85 feet is when you notice the fluid stop flowing back?
Yep, because I pumped about a quarter of my 1,000-gallon tank through it, and all my return stopped.
So you've pumped 250 gallons in so far with nothing coming out?
Yep, and where it's going, we don't know. Some kind of void.